I'd like to call the meeting back to order. It's 6:36. I have several appointments to make tonight. The first one, and I'm going to do them all separately, according to the lawyer, Jim Hanley. I would like to appoint Jim Hanley to be the Superintendent of Public Works. I need a motion to do that.
I'll second.
It was made by Geske,
Either.
seconded by Barry.
Okay.
Okay, the second appointment will be Al Swin...
Wait, I gotta do it.
Oh, vote.
Getzke?
Yes.
Barry?
Wait, turn on the microphones, guys, sorry.
What? What's that? Vaughn?
Yes.
Crockett?
Yes.
And Zimmelman? Yes.
Motion carries. Second appointment will be Al Swinford for the police chief. May I have a motion to appoint Al Swinford?
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
Made by Barry, second by Crockett.
Okay. Barry?
Yes.
Crockett?
Yes.
Getzke?
Yes.
Zimmelman? Yes. Boudreaux?
Yes.
Vaughn?
Yes.
All right, the next appointment is the chairman of the planning commission to fill the vacancy created by Francis Smith's resignation. I am appointing Paul Motel.
So moved.
I'll second.
Wait, who first? I'm sorry.
I motioned.
Okay. Getzke?
Yes.
Boudreaux?
Yes.
Barry?
Yes.
Vaughn?
Yes.
Crockett?
Yes.
Zimmelman?
No.
The next appointment is Louis Hoop to be a member of the planning commission, replacing Annette Zimbelman, who moved to the village board.
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
So Barry, hang on one second. Okay. Crockett?
Yes.
Barry?
Yes.
Boudreaux?
Abstain?
Vaughn?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Getz?
Oh, sorry.
Getzke? Sorry.
Yes.
And Zimmelman? Yes.
All right, passed. I wanted to make 2 appointments to the police commission, but I discovered today I can only make 1 because one person is rolling off according to the term of the commission appointments. So I would like to make a motion to appoint Bob Hewsome to the police commission because Charlie Frame is rolling off this year. Could I have a motion?
Make a motion to table that for next meeting. I don't know the person, so I thought we could discuss that. I have no idea who this person is. I don't want to vote on someone I don't know. If we could do that. We talk about it like a committee meeting and then bring it back.
I'd second that.
It's really not table. I mean, I would tell you to table it because it's an appointment and
Oh, okay.
it's something that should really be.
So if we voted down though, it could be brought back up.
I mean, it's up to you. Do you want to pursue it like this, or do you want to wait till the next meeting?
If you're not comfortable voting on it tonight, how do the rest of the trustees feel?
Let's vote on it officially.
All right, do I have a motion to accept that appointment for Bob Hewsome?
Yes.
Barry and Vaughn?
Motion by
Yes.
Mike,
Barry,
seconded
Are
by,
we voting to table it or voting to?
voting to approve it.
Okay, Barry?
Yes.
Vaughn?
Yes.
Boudreaux?
No.
Crockett?
No.
Getzke?
No.
Zimmelman?
No.
Motion fails. All right, I think I'm done with this, so I'm moving on to, I don't have any upcoming events to mention, except, Jake, you're having an event this week. You want to mention it?
Yep, so actually a couple of events going on. We've got our first Manteno Cruise Nights happening tomorrow, as well as our first Intrinsic Arts Fire Jams at the Square. I believe Cruise Night starts at 5 and the Fire Jam starts at 6. And then other events, we've got a chamber event coming up here this Thursday, our annual dinner in celebration of membership. So more to come on that here in the next week. We get to honor our Small Business of the Year here in Manteno, as well as our Large Business of the Year, Rising Star, Community Leader Award, and then we give away some scholarships. So it's a great night to kind of come together as businesses and as a community.
Thank you. Committee reports, Finance.
As a point of order, just
Yes?
Under your agenda, you have the contracts. Does
She doesn't need to talk about they're on the old business anyway, so you guys would be voting on them regardless.
okay, and then what about
The invocation issue must.
invocation
Oh, I forgot
resolution?
about that. Okay, back it up.
Sorry, didn't mean to.
Resolution 2501 is a resolution adopting a policy regarding opening invocations before the regular meetings of the Board of Trustees in the Village of Manteno. Do we need to vote on that?
No, it's on the, I think it's on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the agenda under new business.
All right, back to the committee reports. Finance, Trustee Barry.
Thank you, Mayor. Sorry. Old business on the agenda, none. New business on the agenda. A motion to authorize the village administrator to draft a request for a proposal to secure 3 bids for a forensic audit. That's going to be going back to 2019, I asked Chris. Payment of the bills of $144,540.95, including TIF 3-80. Bills authorized and paid between board cycle $42,725.86.
I think that TIF is number 3, that it's no dollars.
$0.
It's
Oh.
$0.
$0. Some of the larger bills we paid this month was the disposal bills, $54,000. And we have a breakdown of that, if anybody's interested in that. Finance committee meeting and report. Next finance committee meeting will be Wednesday, June 11th, 2025, 6 p.m. at the village boardroom. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Barry. Planning and zoning, Trustee Boudreau.
Old business, none. I have no new business tonight. Our next planning and zoning committee meeting is Tuesday, May 27th at 7 a.m. in the village boardroom. And our next planning commission meeting will be Tuesday, June 10th at 6 p.m. in the village boardroom. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Public safety and health, Trustee Vaughn.
Old business, none. New business, I have nothing. The next Public Safety and Health Committee meeting will be June 11th at 6 o'clock in the village boardroom.
Thank you. Public works and utilities, Trustee Crockett.
Thank you. I don't have anything on the agenda this evening. Our next public works meeting is May 27th, 7 a.m. here in the village boardroom. And that's all I have for this evening.
Thank you. Properties and recreation, Trustee Geske.
Thank you. Under old business, I have a motion to reconsider the vote on the contract with Chris LaRock, village administrator. Also, a motion to approve a contract with Chris LaRock, village administrator, over the veto of the mayor. Under new business, I have a motion to authorize the village administrator to draft a request for proposal to secure 3 bids for the design of additional amenities for the square on Second. During our last Parks and Rec meeting, or I guess it was actually during our finance meeting, kind of a hybrid, as we transition our committee roles, we talked about wanting to move forward with this park that we've got with the trees coming down and having purchased the turf, waiting for that to install. We want to start coming up with some ideas to keep that park, get it finished up. So we'll be going out for bid to get some ideas here. And our next Parks and Rec meeting will be on June 11th at 7 a.m. right here. That's all I have.
Joel, I have a clarifying question here. As far as the bid, that is just for the design, that's not for any construction, that's just to get an idea of what possibilities there are, correct?
Correct. What we talked about was the potential for putting a stage with restrooms. I guess that'd be in the southwest corner to be used for all the different events that we have in town. And although we all have ideas, none of us are architectural designs, and we don't know what sort of cost, et cetera, it is. So we talked about getting some bids to draw something up for us.
Thank you.
Just to add to that, the Grove down in Bourbonnais, that's the kind of ideas we were thinking of. They got a nice stage there. with seating. So that's kind of, we just toss that around too. That's kind of like the ideas we were looking at.
Well, to address the public participation part, and this has been going on for a better part of a year and a half, 2 years, trying to find out what we want to do with that property. And when CJ was over Parks and Rec, he asked numerous times for public input, and I think the overall consensus that all of us have gotten, the mayor, myself, CJ, everyone was seating, shade, were some of the big things in permanent restrooms. So if we had this sort of amenity when it's not being used for concerts or dance recitals, whatever sort of events that we have, it could also double as a seating and shade area for them. So hopefully this is getting us moving in the direction that people would like.
Thank you. General Government, Trustee Zimbelman.
Old business, none. New business, I have ordinance 25-02, an ordinance approving a license agreement with the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Joliet, authorizing the Village of Manteno to install and maintain a portable restroom on the property commonly known as 207 South Main Street, Manteno, Illinois. Our next committee meeting is Tuesday, May 5th, or Tuesday, the 27th at 7 a.m. Thank you.
Just to clarify, the reason why we're putting the porta potty over there and funding it with village dollars and having this agreement is, for people watching at home, the church is nice enough to allow our youth to play basketball there, and it probably gets used as much as any of our parks do. It's used quite a bit, and they had requested that some assistance with the porta potty, and I think we all agreed that was the minimal thing that we could do, but we are entering into an agreement with them, just like we do with all the sporting teams that use our parks. It's just an agreement, just like what we have with the school and the old village hall next door. So,
Thank you. Consideration regarding a motion to take a single roll call vote on the question of passage of agenda items as designated by an asterisk for voting purposes on the consent agenda. The motion requires unanimous consent of the village board and the board of trustees. The chair will identify those items to be included on the consent agenda omnibus vote list. It is at this point that any trustee or the president may request that any item be deleted. Is there anything that you'd like to have taken off of the consent agenda?
I'd like to vote separately. On one item, one consent agenda.
Which item?
On Mr. Rock's motion.
Okay. All right. And consideration for a motion to approve by omnibus vote those ordinances, resolutions, motions, and orders contained on the consent agenda as identified by the village president and the board of trustees. Under old business, consideration regarding a motion to reconsider the vote on the contract with Jim Hanley, Superintendent of Public Works. Number 2, consideration regarding a motion to approve a contract with Jim Hanley, Superintendent of Public Works, over the veto of the mayor. Number 3, consideration regarding a motion to reconsider the vote on the contract with Al Swinford, Chief of Police. And number 4, consideration regarding a motion to approve a contract with Alan Swinford, Chief of Police, over the veto of the mayor. Now, do I need to vote on that?
No.
You just read it.
No, because, well, you're still going down, so
Okay.
we do business 1, 2, 3, and 4.
All right, under new business, Resolution 2501, a resolution adopting a policy regarding opening invocations before the regular meetings of the Board of Trustees of the Village of Manteno. Number 2, consideration regarding a motion to authorize the village administrator to draft a request for proposal to secure 3 bids for a forensic audit. Number 3, consideration regarding a motion to authorize the village administrator to draft a request for proposal to secure 3 bids for a design of additional amenities for the square on Second. And number 4, an ordinance approving a license agreement with the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Joliet, authorizing the Village of Manteno to install and maintain a portable restroom on the property commonly known as 207 South Main Street, Manteno, Illinois. And the bills. Motion to approve payment of the bills in the amount of $144,540.95, including $0 from TIF number 3. Can I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Before we vote on this, can I just ask a quick question? With the invocation, ask the clerk, have you read through there?
Yeah, okay.
I just want to, just before we cast our vote, to make sure that she's comfortable with the duties, because,
Yeah, but this is just to set the consent agenda.
I'm sorry.
A motion has been made and seconded. Roll call.
Okay. Crockett,
Yes.
Barry, Boudreaux,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Getzke,
Yes.
Zimmelman.
Yes.
Okay.
And now a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
Made by Boudreaux, seconded by Vaughn.
Okay. So, Carrie, are you comfortable with the duties and responsibilities, because this is something new that we have not had? Are you comfortable with the duties that we have under this resolution?
I did call different towns to see what towns, if they did do this, and it was pretty much half and half. So I am comfortable with that. I know.
As long as you're comfortable with it, great. That's all I wanted to hear.
Okay.
It's a lot of learning in a
Right.
short period of time, and I didn't want to burden you with something additional. And I talked with the mayor about it and said that I was going to ask you tonight, so that's what I did.
Okay.
Roll call.
Okay, so, wait a minute.
Boudreaux.
Boudreaux,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Crockett,
Yes.
Getzke,
Yes.
Zimmelman,
Yes.
Barry.
Okay, motion carries. All right, now I go back to the two that were separated. Do we have to vote on those separately? Okay. The first one is consideration regarding a motion to reconsider a vote on the contract with Chris LaRock, Village Administrator. I need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay. Boudreaux,
Yes.
Zimmelman,
Yes.
Barry,
I want to see those changes. On the contract. I want to see the changes
Just vote no then.
No.
Vaughn,
No.
Crockett,
Yes.
and Getzke.
Yes.
And consideration regarding a motion to approve a contract with Chris LaRock, Village Administrator, over the veto of the mayor. I need a motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay. Crockett,
Yes.
Zimmelman,
Yes.
Barry,
No.
Boudreaux,
Yes.
Vaughn,
No.
Getzke,
Yes.
Motion carries.
Now, can we do that now? Should we use the language now if we bring that up for the next agenda?
You could ask, yeah, just
Say.
say, have it put on the agenda.
Okay, can we put on the agenda that we're gonna amend LaRock's contract with the stipend of the, let's see, the.
To separate out the
Separate.
payroll for
Yes.
the building inspector
Yes.
and village administrator salaries.
Part of the seventh, too.
Yeah.
Okay. The next part of the meeting is comments from all the trustees with additional information of general interest to the village residents. Mike?
One thing I'd like to, Monday is the Memorial Day celebration from the American Legion. That's always a fantastic experience. I welcome everyone to come out. They have a schedule posted on their Facebook page and on their website. It'd be great to see everybody come out and support our veterans on Memorial Day. Around town, fantastic job. I'm excited about going to my first chamber meeting, dinner, and Jim, I think you did a great job with the storm cleanup and everything else. It was a good storm we had there. Appreciate everyone's hard work. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. CJ?
All right, before I forget, I got this last time. There's an event happening on June 12th by the Manteno football team. It's called Tackling Disabilities Night. It is a free event. It's behind the middle school. It's for any student that has special needs. The program price is free, and donations will be accepted. I'm saying this now, I was told now by Anthony Engelman. If anyone's interested, reach out to him. You can call 815-928-7206 or aengelman@manteno5.org. Why I'm saying this like now, I'm looking now, if you register by the 23rd, May 23rd, you get a free t-shirt. It's a great program, great event here. They kind of work with our special needs students. And kind of a great thing that the football program puts on, so I just wanted to kind of throw that out there before I forget. I feel like, again, it's good to be transparent, just go over the votes. Obviously, we're all kind of in favor of Hanley and Swinford. That seemed to be good. The reason why I abstained on Lewis Hoop, I just don't know the person, so I don't feel like I should vote on a person that I don't know. Same with Bob Husum. I'm not against the guy, I just don't know the guy. So once we talk, if we want to bring that back up, I am totally open for that. I don't feel comfortable voting for someone I don't know at this time. The 2501 ordinance, I think it's a great idea. I do want to say, for those that don't practice faith or a different faith, this is not like a mandate. There is separation of church and faith here, or separation of church and state going on here. So if you come to a meeting and you don't want to stand up, that's totally fine. There's no judgment here. We are all Americans, we're all Mantenoans. It doesn't matter what you practice. So I hope don't take that in that kind of way with it. We talked about the square already, so I'm glad it doesn't need to be said. St. Joe's was talked about. It's a great kind of help. The bills had to be paid. Obviously, me and Paul competed in the election, and it went that way. But again, I like different ideas. I think it's good, and that helps us kind of progress. So I feel like Paul's been really active, wanting to be involved. It's a great chance for him to be involved. I'm glad he could be in there with it. And then we kind of talked with Chris LaRock again. I think he's been doing a great job. I think that's why I brought it up right away. Is we just want to clarify. I want to approve the contract. But we're going to clarify the next thing just to make sure the stipends are separate. So that's all kind of clear for everyone to go. And then the final thing is really quick because we got some state athletes from Manteno. And I'm actually going to be heading down to Eastern on Saturday. We got 2 high school athletes, 2 girls competed state. Clark Goranson is competing in the 800 and 1600 meter races. And Sophia Most is competing in the discus. They're both freshmen, so I hope this is a trend for 4 years. They will compete Thursday, Friday, and I believe Saturday at Eastern Illinois. So good luck to them. Then the middle school girls track team also sending a bunch of people to state, a bunch of girls to state in Peoria, I think this weekend. Delaney Monroe, Maddie McLean, Olivia McElroy, Addie Cox, and then the 4x200 team, which just broke a record from 1985, of Maddie Dye, Taylor Gibson, Cameron Sadowski, and Olivia McElroy. So I think maybe Manteno is turning into a track town. While I would like it to be a golf town, I'm just happy we're having successes. So that is all I have. Thanks so much.
Thanks, CJ. Peggy?
I just want to say thanks to the employees, and they've done a good job in that. And Chief, you're doing a good job as well. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you, Peggy. Todd?
I'm just glad to see that we're making some progress and moving forward here. Hopefully we can get to a point to where we're working on bigger and better things and doing things to progress forward. It may appear that the board is a little divided. I just think we have a couple differences of opinion, and that's perfectly fine. We need to get to a point where people know that they can work with our board, that we're a professional board, and that if people want to move or bring a business to Manteno, we're here to work with those people, and we have a board that's capable of doing that. Again, we may not always agree on the same subject or topic, but that's fine. Regarding Mr. LaRock's contract, I think what I heard from the board is that we think he is doing a good job. There's just some clarifications that need to be made with the contract. So I will look forward to seeing that revised contract at the next board meeting. And that's all I have for this evening.
Thank you. Joel?
Well, one of the downsides of being at the end of comments is everyone else uses them up, but I guess I'm gonna say sometimes it appears as though that this is an extremely divided board. I will tell you guys that in the last month, we have worked through a lot of differences. I think our committee meetings we've had have had great conversations. We've made more headway than people would realize. Our executive session that we just had was cordial. We discussed things that needed to be discussed. Again, doesn't mean we're always going to agree on everything, but I think we've come a long, long ways in the last month of working together, and I think we're going to go a long ways still to come in getting together. Just like CJ said, with Mr. Motel, obviously, hasn't been the biggest fan of mine. We've heard that in some public comments, but anyone who's willing to step up and be part of civil service, you have to take your hat off to him, because sitting in those shoes, you take a lot of heat, and you're going to for future things, I'm sure. But congratulations, welcome. I look forward to working with you. And hopefully I'm confident all of us are here for the right reasons, and that's to better Village of Manteno. So Jim, Al, Chris, I think you guys are all doing a great job. Last comment I would have is last board meeting, I voted no. I was the only one who voted no in regards to the minutes of the previous meeting. And we've since talked about it. It's a little bit of a learning curve, a lot of things that are getting put in place. But the minutes are reflective of, it tells a story for the people who weren't there. So we all ran on transparency, and there was a motion, forgive me, it was either Mike or Peggy put on to table the contracts, and it was voted against, and then a motion was made to approve it. That motion of your request to table it wasn't included in the minutes, so I thought we were going to have an addendum to the minutes before, but I'd just like our minutes of the next meeting to reflect that, hey, we did talk about it. We, I think, are all in agreement that that happened. Let's just have the minutes tell the story. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Annette?
I'm good. After all that, no comment.
I just want to say I hope people will come out for the celebration on Memorial Day. So I hope to see you all at Legion Park, and thank you so much for coming to our meeting tonight.
I have one other item before we close out. Jim, I see they're moving a lot of dirt over there at Legacy Park. Can you just kind of give us an update on how things are progressing? And weather's been cooperative, so it looks like they're getting a lot done out there.
Yeah, they are on schedule, or maybe a little ahead, based on the days of, dry and being able to dig out the dirt. So they've added to the berm to the Public Works to the east, and now they are starting to continue the berm going south over at Legacy. They got the majority of both of those ponds already dug out. They'll be making the connective digs now in the next few weeks. So, yeah, progress is going really well out there.
So it'll be all one large connected lake, not three separate lakes,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. And do we have a projected completion date? I know a lot of it's weather related,
Yeah,
but...
I think it was end of June, so, within a month, so that's
Wow.
where they're at. So I think they should be setting the posts in for the piers, the pier going into the center of the main lake, I think even this week.
Good.
So, but, they're calling for 2 inches of rain tomorrow, so that could be thrown off.
Be
But
a little sloppy out
Yeah.
there, yeah. All right, thanks for that clarification.
Joel?
Here, one quick thing. I wanted to thank Mike Berry for making a contribution to Lyman Camp that we had this past weekend at Legacy. Thank you, Mike. He donated $100 towards that, and it was for the youth sports, and the proceeds are going to Riley's Children's Hospital. For anyone who didn't see the Facebook post, we put that on out there this past weekend, and there was a pretty good attendance with it, and so thank you, Mike.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Made by Geske, seconded by Barry. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Thank you.